Hey there. So it's pretty late right now, but I just had to. I want to jump in and share this story with you. Um, Been working a job for a few years now. Haven't really enjoyed it. Um, can't really grow there. Like I love growing, love learning. Can't really grow there very much. And it's bread and butter while we've been getting our business growing and so forth. So um, doing a lot of hours, like supporting the family and that sort of thing. Last year, really like basically burnt out last year. Got really unwell, health suffered as a result. Slowly got back on. Had a lot of time off. Slowly got back on my feet, and back there again. It's been over 6 months, and so something happened to me the other last week. Last week it was. I got my bosses asked to see me. They wanted me to take on a different role, and that role involved working different shifts, like alternating days, nights, working all night, that sort of thing. I had done that in the past, prior to last year, and of course, there'd be a little bit more money involved in doing that. However, we always talk about being conscious in your life. So to be conscious of my health, it was not a good move to go onto that sort of roster and that sort of role. I wasn't very interested in it for just other lifestyle and personal reasons as well. So they asked me if I'd like to do it and have a think about it and let them know. And so I did that, and I told them that I wasn't very interested in doing it. And so the reply I got was basically, well, you can either do that or you can work a permanent night shift all the time. So it was a bit of a bit of an ultimatum, which kind of really sucked. And so you know what, like it what a it makes me jump back to a conversation I had with someone there a few weeks ago. They were talking just about like having to work there, like not being very satisfied, and something along the lines of not having a choice, right? So, you've got to survive in life. You need an income of some sort, and for many people, you get into that feeling of being stuck and feeling like you don't have a choice. And it's interesting because, like, when they said this, before I even thought the words come out of my mouth, which was bullshit. Like, you always have a choice. You always have a choice in life. And yet, I went away from that conversation and had a think to myself that although that's something I believe, that is not the way that I have been being. As in, it's not the way, my actions haven't been in alignment with those beliefs, because I too have felt like I've been stuck, and I haven't had the choices that I want to have. So anyway, I'm given this ultimatum: work this alternating shift, or you can go and work permanent nights. And you know what? I said I take option number three. So I resign because I have a choice. I had a choice and I made it, and I used that choice. And you know what? The thing is, had nothing else lined up. I had nothing else to go to. I That was it. It was like back against the wall. Just take action, make something happen. Now, I've got to say here, I didn't just flat out do this on my own, because there was a gap in between these conversations. And obviously talking to Megs about it in between, and totally getting some motivation, inspiration, and backing from her as well. And so that was it. Gave my notice and resigned. And so what's come about since then? So that was last week, and now just the start of this week, is that slowly people who I work with have come up and said, I heard you're leaving, like, what are you doing now? And my reply, of course, is, well, I don't know. Like, I've got nothing else worked out. And people are quite in disbelief. They're quite surprised, like, for someone to take that kind of action. Like, I've got a family, we've got kids. For someone to take that kind of action and not have something else already set up and ready to go to, I guess that people are seeing that as a big move. And it's been great because the people have been somewhat inspired, and some of these people have been sharing stories with me that they kind of don't want to, they'd like to do something else, or they don't want to be there or whatever. And so, so that's gone on, and people have been asking me what I'm doing or what do I want to do and so forth. And I said, well, I've sort of said, well, I don't know, and I'll work something out. Like, it'll work out. But you know what? Like, getting stuck is. Have you ever heard about how they train elephants? I heard this somewhere along the lines. When they train an elephant, they chain an elephant up to something solid, and after a period of time, the elephant finds out or learns that it's chained up and it can't go anywhere. And after it learns this, they could take an elephant out into the middle of a grass field and chain it up to a plastic chair, and the elephant won't go anywhere because it just believes that it's stuck. And it simply comes down to the belief of being stuck is the only thing that actually keeps anyone stuck. So I figure it's time to do something that I want to do. And in my pursuit of that, I've been talking to different people. And one of them was a mentor that we have. And he's like around finance. And I mentioned, like, I'd like to do something else, like, work for BMW or something like that. And he referred a BMW principal dealer to me to contact. So I did. I fired off a resume, and I hadn't heard anything back. That was last week. I hadn't heard anything back. So today, I took an updated version of a resume, which I worked on in between, and I decided I'd turn up on their doorstep. And I walked in and saw the lady at the reception, and I asked to see this gentleman, and she said that he's very busy, and if I didn't already have an appointment with him, I couldn't see him. She said, "What's it regarding?" I said, "I'm here about a position." And she said, "Well, I'll give you his email address. You can email him." I said, "I've already done that. And I wanted to hand deliver like an updated version of my my resume." And she said, "Well, he's very busy. If you don't have an appointment, he's very busy. Like, we barely even see him because he's busy." And I could leave it with her, and she'd ensure he got it. And I said, "Is it possible to make an exception? I'd really like to see him. Is it at all possible? Could I do that?" And she said, "Well, I'll email him and let's see how we go." And so she did that, and a short time later, he emailed back and said he would send the manager to come and speak with me. To which he did, and then I ended up in the office. I ended up in an interview with the manager, and so we're chatting for some time, and then the owner comes in and introduces himself to me, and I got to meet him, and just quickly, he was busy. He dug back out. We continued. He came back in and sat down later on, and I got to speak with him, and they said, "Yep," like, basically where it ended up is like, "Thanks for coming in, and we'll be in touch like early next week." And I left, and it went quite well. And then I got an email a short time later and said, if you can be here tomorrow morning and start, that would be fantastic. So that's it. Like, I walked in, turned up on their doorstep, and now I start a new job there tomorrow. So you know what, like, don't ever believe in life that you're stuck and that you don't have choices, because you do. And I made a bold choice with some great support, and I I turned around and made something happen as a result. So I've just, it's late and I've just arrived home. It's been an epic day and I haven't seen Megs yet. I've spoken to her, I haven't seen her yet. So I'm going to keep this rolling as I walk in and just, and see her after a long day. So bear with me. A little bit dark here. Just opening the door. It's very dark. Just getting into the house. Almost there. Oh, here she is. Hey, hey. Oh, kind of shackled on the way in. You okay?
Hey,
How you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Got a video?
Oh, hi. Is that live?
Yes.
Oh, okay. This man is a legend.
So yeah, I've just been sharing my story of the last 2 weeks
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
and how you're never stuck in life and you always have choices. You simply have to make things happen.
You do, and you certainly have, especially today. It's epic. And I've just found, been sitting here waiting for you to come home. Wasn't expecting a video, but yeah, like speechless. So cool, so cool. And it's just amazing when you make a choice. The universe just conspires to get to action for you, right?
Yeah.
That's what's happened. So yeah, epic. Well done. I think you should turn it off now.
I'm going to turn this off because there's something with the lips got to happen.
Okay.
See you in another video.